Good morning. Hello, Facebook friends and followers. Welcome to Wednesday. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Sandy Knox, and I'm a personal trainer, fitness instructor, and studio co-owner here in Winnipeg, Manitoba. So I'm just waiting for a few people to come on. Hi, Janet. So I'm just waiting for a few more people to come on. I won't wait too long. For anybody watching the recording afterwards, you don't want to have this lull at the beginning. But what I'm going to be talking about specifically is personal trainers, fitness instructors, and studio owners. This is for you. I'm going to be talking about how to add in another revenue stream to your existing business. Hi, Amanda. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm just going to wait for a few more people to come on before I get into this. I don't want to go too long with the video, and I might have to do this in 2 or 3 parts, but it's mainly for fitness instructors, personal trainers, and studio owners, and it's about gaining another revenue. So I think we'll just get started. So the reason why I wanted to do this is it's been my business for many years to help people, whether it be clients coming through the door here, I'm at the studio right now, or whether it was mentoring new instructors. Thanks so much, guys, for the thumbs up and the love. Or now I'm switching my focus to actually helping existing business owners and helping those of you in the industry that have already built a following, built a business. Hi, Terry. And, here's the thing. Here's the trap that you can get into being a fitness instructor, a personal trainer, or a studio owner, or all of them, all of above. Hi, Lisa. The trap that you can get into, and it usually happens fairly early in your career, is trying to be everything to everyone. And you fitness instructors are going, yeah, because I don't know about you, but I mean, I lost count. I'm at 10 certifications. When I first became an instructor, hi, Michael, hi, Ella, hi, Lisa. When I first became an instructor, I just went crazy for certifications. You're just on fire. And the minute you teach your first class, hi, Charisse, the minute, you'll relate to this, the minute you teach your first class and you get your first certification, you are hooked. You're hooked, and I think it is so many different things. It's adrenaline when you teach. It's, helping others and that constant feedback. So what do? You start adding on a bazillion certifications, right? Those of you that start out in group fitness, okay, with the music, then you start going into resistance strength training. Then you start going into active older adult or aqua or yoga, Pilates. Then Zumba came out, and wow, I mean, that just took everybody by storm. So the trap you end up in is you think you need to be everything to everyone. So you get all these certifications, which is great, because if you're an instructor like me, you get bored easily, and we tend to draw people into our classes who are similar to us. So the people that are in my classes like change. They like a lot of change. They like a lot of different styles of classes, and that makes sense. So for me, it made sense to be teaching 8 different styles of classes. For others, it makes sense to be doing mind-body, focusing on yoga and Pilates, and then you have those people that just want to mainly focus on that. But what happens is you can start to burn out. You're teaching all over the place. Hey, Amanda. Oh my gosh. Yes. Instructor burnout. Big concern. Glad to listen. Thanks so much, Charisse, for tuning in. So here's the thing, guys. Those of you that know me, I've been in the industry for a decade. I've done it all and then some. I won the top award through Manitoba Fitness Council last year, and I also won the highest award you can win in Canada as a trainer, which was Canada's Top Trainer through CamFit Pro. That is the largest thing that we have. In the US, it's through Idea Fitness, is their highest award, but I got the one in Canada. So I finally felt like I was in a position where I could be talking about this, that I had to wait till I felt like I really had all of the credentials. I have all the certifications, I have the experience, I have the knowledge, I have the awards. I have the support, and people are, I think you're looking for help, and I'm finally in a position to give you more, and so that's why we're here. Specifically, I'm talking about adding in another revenue stream, because what I've learned over the years is you can't have your eggs in one basket. So when we opened Body Balance in 2008, and we're still going strong here in 2016, you know, as studio owners, that is huge. I remember my mentor saying, if you can make it to 5 years, come and talk to me. You might have something. And that may have sounded harsh, but you know what? I am so glad I had some of the toughest in the industry that trained me at the beginning and that mentored me, because they didn't sugarcoat things. She was quite honest. This is tough. She said, you most likely, who knows, you could close your doors in 2 years. It just may not work. It doesn't matter that you put in all the work. I mean, it's a tough, tough business to be in. So when we first opened, we offered, I think it was me teaching, and I think I started doing like just weekend classes. And I was still teaching at the 5 or 6 other places. When we opened Body Balance, I was still all over the place, all over the city. Like, you know how you guys are. We're just like zing, zing, zing. We're everywhere. I was at Winnipeg Winter Club. I was at the Red River College. I was all over the place. Okay, so I was teaching here on the weekends, and we also offered massage therapy right up front. So we had a therapist here. And then over time, started interviewing and having instructors come on board. And then I started, you know, getting into nutrition and getting those types of certifications. And we started to get a really good team in place. And I have to thank our team, because you know, Eric, our massage therapist, has been on board since 2008. Some of our trainers have been with us for a long time. Leanne and Teresa and Christy and Nikki and all these ones I'm just coming off the top of my head, who have been with us for the long haul. And so the thing is that I realized that even though I was getting all these certifications and I was teaching like crazy, when you first open up your own studio, and those of you that have done this, you haven't a hot clue of all the behind the scenes stuff. I'm here to shed some light on it here. So if you're thinking about opening your own studio, you better turn up the volume on this, because I'm going to tell it like it is. Not only was I teaching 7 days a week for 5 years straight, okay, that meant no social life. That's what it took to get the studio off the ground. I'm not kidding you. 7 days a week teaching. Personal training started to be added in about 2012. We started, you know, moving into that and having other training. So I was teaching a lot. Plus I had a team in place that was teaching classes, because I didn't want to become a Zumba instructor. I love Zumba, but I didn't want to teach it. So we had Zumba instructors. So you see where I'm going with this. You can't be everything to everyone. I need a Kleenex here. Got a Kleenex. My nose is running here this morning. So anyways, so we had this team in place, and we're teaching, and so you got the massage going. I'm doing the nutrition. I'm now taking certifications to be able to build meal plans, and then I started coming up with my own shakes, and I started, you know, getting that together, because the more you do, the more people want from you, which is great. But what happens is you start not being able to say no. Okay, don't get in this trap. Okay, so people wanted me to teach everything. Then they wanted meal plans from me. Then they wanted, you know, we need a shake because I don't have anything for breakfast, and I need ideas for shakes, which is great because you want your followers to look to you for things. But you start not being able to say no, or you just want to make sure they don't leave you and go somewhere else, which is the biggest fear, because you always think you're in competition with everyone, which is newsflash. Technically, you're not. If you find your niche in the industry like I did, you're not competing, you're doing your own thing. And you're aware what everybody else is doing. But anyways, so at one point, teaching 7 days a week, teaching everything under the sun, still got a team in place, doing the meal plans, doing the shakes. Well, then what did I say I want to do? Well, now I'm getting into the videos, okay? So people are like, you know, these workouts are amazing. You know what you should do? You should do a line of DVDs, right? So me being type A personality, drive, yeehaw, let's go, crazy. And I have a lot of energy, and your people feed you. Right? I mean, they feed you energy and they put you up high on a pedestal, which again is good, but and bad at the same time, because then you start thinking you're not even human. I mean, that I was running around just thinking I was just not human, like just, just going, right? And that inevitable breakdown or hit a brick wall or burnout, as we all know it, will hit. It's only a matter of time, right? So what do? Start doing the series of DVDs. Cost a lot of money, guys. If you're thinking about doing your home workout DVDs to keep it was really cool experience. But I did, again, all the behind the scenes. You want to try and save money. So I did, I figured out who was going to be in it. I choreographed the moves. I arranged for the video. We had a studio already. Sometimes we rented another studio, like for our Fusion DVD, because I did 4 of them. Our Fusion one and our Cardio Box one, I think we did it at a larger studio because we did the acoustics wasn't great in our studio for certain things because we didn't have a matte flooring at the time, I think. So, yeah, it was all the behind the scenes. It was the cost, it was the time, on top of running the studio 7 days a week, all the behind the scenes stuff that I did everything at the beginning. I built the website because I had 10 years or more of corporate background. So I was trained on so many different things: time management, working on projects, website, marketing, advertising. So could I handle doing everything? Yes. Because of my experience and knowledge and background, I had everything to start up a business. And then plus my husband having 10 to 15 years already being in the service industry, he had what I was missing. So when we opened the business, it just made sense. Plus he had massage therapy background, so he manages that side of the business. Okay, so take into consideration doing all the behind the scenes stuff. As the business grew, okay, then I could start moving that stuff off. We have somebody that does the website, the accounts receivable, accounts payable, all that stuff. But at the beginning, you're literally doing everything. Hi, Haley. Thanks so much for tuning in. So, and you can relate to this whether you have your own studio or whether you're teaching for others and you have your office at home. You are still doing all your stuff for your taxes. You are still figuring out and scheduling your stuff. You're still making contact, with your clients. A lot of times if you're teaching for other places, plus you're doing your own thing on the side and that kind of thing. So I just wanted to paint a picture of, how it was for me all those years. This has been a great learning experience. But what I realized is you can't have all your eggs in one basket. You can't be everything to everyone. And you have to find other avenues for revenue. And I learned how important a team was. Okay, which brings me to adding in another stream of revenue. Being that my clients wanted workouts at home, I did the DVDs. Costs a lot of money. They still sell. They're in stores. Everything that we wanted turned out for the DVDs. It was great. We kept our clients working out at home, plus they were at the studio. They always wanted more. They were getting more, but then they want more. They want more DVDs, right? They want more meal plans, right? They want more ideas for breakfast, right? And if you look at your whole day and what you're doing, it would take me, because I would do everything individually. When I create a personal training plan for a client, I didn't just pull something out of the filing cabinet and put their name on it. I researched their injuries and illness. I networked with my group. I found out the best plan for them and I built it from scratch, which would take me sometimes 2 hours. Okay, so think about that. Meal plans, same thing. If they had allergies, if they had, things that they're diabetes and things like that, you have to know about those things. So then I would create a plan and it would take 1 hour to 2 hours to put something together for them. Okay, the other thing was the smoothies. Okay, so I had to put it all together and then sell that. So selling the DVDs, selling the nutrition plan and the shakes. But do you see how they're all separate and scattered all over the place? It's like, oh, they can go to Sangster's and buy the DVD, but now they don't have the meal plan. They can come to me and ask for a meal plan, but now they don't have the shakes. So then we started to think, well, maybe we'll spend the money and we'll put it all together. As I'm sure some of you have thought about this or even started doing this, and you realize the costs involved with, if we packaged the 4 DVDs, okay, and then we had a meal plan, okay, so that's a booklet, and then we had the thing for the shakes, well, there's another booklet. And anybody that's done the research, or if you haven't, trust me, I'm a research gal. I started that ball rolling, and here's the thing. There was just no way, no matter how big my team was here, that was going to be a huge feat. And the thing is, when I became Canada's top trainer last year, my mission became bigger. It's always been to help as many people as I can. And then it became helping as many people as I can with my team. And wanting to, hi Jennifer, so glad for you to tune in. This is going to be great information for you. You're going to have to go back and listen to this right from the beginning. But the thing is, okay, I wanted to help more people. And it became not just about helping customers and clients get healthy, but then it became, okay, I want to be able to train the trainers somehow and help you guys navigate through this. So if I can shorten your period of time that you're fumbling around, you know, the years that I've spent putting this all together is I want to help you. Not cut corners, but simplify it for you. So I realized that I wanted to help more people. I wanted to get across Canada, and I also wanted to get into the United States. Okay, so here we are. I'm building up to this revenue line for you, this extra thing to add in. Okay, I'm getting to it. I got to build you up. So the beginning of this year, I became an international trainer, and I was teaching yoga in Cuba, and everything was going awesome. Then I got on board with a huge project, and I can't even tell you the company, but I was approached to do this huge launch for this company that was sort of revamping the way they're doing business, and they're quite well known in the US, in Canada, and in Asia. So I was asked to do a professional photo shoot with some of my people here from the studio, and it had to be a physical photo shoot, okay? So I'm leading up to how I got into this extra revenue, just so you know. Okay, this is the defining point for me, where this huge thing happened, and then I had to make a decision. Because, and I don't want this to happen to you, to where you have to make a decision out of sheer, like, something happened big. So I was an international trainer, won all these awards. I'm at the top of my career. I come back from Cuba, teaching in Cuba for 2 weeks. I jump right into the photo shoot. Okay. 10 minutes into the photo shoot, the unimaginable happens for me. Picture this. I think I'm invincible, right? Nothing can happen. I tore my left hamstring. Believe it was the semimembranosus. And it was devastating. And anybody that's torn a hamstring, it's like a knife just stabs you in the back of your leg. And my crew just said I actually dropped. Okay, here's the thing. This professional crew had flown in from Toronto to do this photo shoot. So it was a good thing that there was first aiders on the scene. My husband was on the scene and some of my group. Hi, Liliana. Hi, Danielle. And so what they did was they went outside, because it's February. They grabbed snow. They slapped ice on it. I popped a pill, and I finished the photo shoot. I know. So when this thing comes out, when this huge project gets released, and I'm on their website and in their newsletters, the photo that they took, my hamstring was actually torn. So I can't wait for that to come out as a reminder. But anywho, this was a defining moment where I added the extra revenue stream in because I was in dire straits. So those of you as a fitness instructor and personal trainer and studio owner know that your body is number one, right? It's our tool. It's what we use to show people, right? It's our demo tool. It is our billboard. Okay, so there I am, torn hamstring. What happens to the business? Screeching halt. Any of the stuff that I did behind the scenes, okay, how was I going to do it from the bed? I am literally down for the count, okay? And I could get my instructors to cover my classes, but that costs money, doesn't it? Yes, and I do a lot of off-site corporates, which means I go into businesses, construction companies and things like that, plumbers, you name it. I go in and I do stretch sessions. So I'm paid to come in and do a lot of things off-site. Okay. So what happened was a lot of my stuff came to a screeching halt. Some of the stuff I could pass on to other trainers, my personal training clients, I did not pass that on to any of my trainers because it's a relationship. I just can't send a trainer in to help a client that's been a client of mine for 8 years when I know all their injuries and illnesses, and then it's a confidentiality thing because I don't want to be handing a trainer the open file of all the information they've shared with me all these years. So that's the other thing. Yes, biggest fear is injury. Our people want us to teach them. That's right, Cherise. And so what happened was, and then I learned how important coach teaching is. I had been coach teaching for years. And am I ever glad I started doing that? Like, I can coach teach a cardio box class choreographed sitting in a chair. Yes. And those of you that were in my class know that when I came on crutches, I sat the front of the class in my chair and I was able to cue. Yes. And it was like, okay, here we go, guys. And 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're marching. You know what I mean? And then it was like, then we're going to do step touch in 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. There we were. And so because I had already been doing that with personal training clients who wanted cardio box one-on-one, the business came to a screeching halt. There was a lot of stuff I couldn't do within 3 weeks, but then I got on crutches. I came to the studio, was teaching on crutches and all kinds of things. I was lucky that a hamstring tear can take a year to heal. And at the Pan Am, they said they've never seen anything like it. They actually had to cold start my hamstring, which I'd never heard of. What it did was it completely shut down and then it needed to be force fired. Those of you who are physiotherapists know what I'm talking about. It was a great mechanism that my body did. It completely shut it down, but then it couldn't get going again. And they had a force start at the Pan Am, which was most painful thing ever and frightening, but I healed in 3 weeks instead of a year. So the other thing is you want to be as strong as you can all the time because you never know when an injury happens. So this injury should have taken a year to heal. It healed in 3 weeks. And you know what I mean? And then I just built and built and built. So here I was in bed for a few weeks, and when I realized that a lot of stuff was riding on me with the business, like even though we have a team, we have our massage therapist, we have our trainers, and we have our fitness instructors, a lot of it was still riding on me mentally and physically. And I need to help you guys relieve that so you don't have so much relying on you. Hi, Jennifer. And here's where the revenue stream came in. I was sitting there with my laptop. My husband set me up with a laptop in bed. And I got thinking, all my eggs are still in one basket here, it felt like to me. I want to get into the US and I want to get more across Canada. How do I do it? I become part of something bigger than me. I become part of something bigger than Body Balance. And I'll tell you, what saved the day was when I decided to join a $400 billion company. And they're out of the US. And now some of you guys know where I'm going with this because some of you guys are already involved and part of my team. Is I joined Beachbody. Now, some of you probably just went, oh, here we go. It's a sales pitch. I'll tell you something. It's not. I'll let you in a little secret. Sheldon, my husband, and I have been doing Beachbody programs at home for years. I was using them as a learning tool as a new instructor. To be quite honest with you, I was learning cueing. I think the more you can learn from different trainers, the better. The Beachbody trainers are the top in US. And now that I ended up the top in Canada, it just made sense to join them. But back in 2007, we were getting ready for our wedding in 2008. My husband wanted to drop some pounds. And I was a new instructor. I didn't know what I was doing yet. You know what it's like when you're new and you have a little bit of choreography, you have a few moves, you teach a class, you're lucky. Sometimes you're looking at the clock going, have I got enough material to get to the 60 minutes. Now, once you've been doing it for a while, now you got material. I got cases of routines at home. I could go on forever. I could do 3-4 hour classes in a row. But at the beginning, you're like, I don't have enough material. I don't think I can get through this last 10 minutes of class because I'm going to be pulling stuff out of my butt because I don't know what I'm going to do, right? And so anyways, we've been doing these routines. So we started off with P90X, and those of you that P90X is a strength training, and there was some cardio in there and abs as well. And so what I would do was I would learn it and figure it out, and then I would take, some ab exercises to my classes that I was teaching, and it was fun, and it was a way to stay fit and stay in shape and not think that your classes that you teach, remember, they're not for you. When you're teaching, that is not supposed to be your workout. You tend to demonstrate on your strong side. So for me, it was always the right side. You're always demonstrating on your good side, and then you don't get to the other side, and then you go and help somebody. And so don't think of it. It's not your workout, it's their workout. And that's why I think coach teaching is so important, but it's hard. And it took me a long time because I felt I wasn't doing it justice unless I was physically doing it. But you know what? You're actually doing them more justice because you can walk around and correct more and get to them quicker if you're not actually physically doing it, right? And the other thing is they're always looking at you. They're always aiming for maybe where you're at, and they don't come more. When I was taking some training in Toronto, I realized that when I was doing a yoga class and the guy was coach teaching it, he was literally at the back of the room, and your cueing has to be really good to do that with yoga. And I felt it more than if I had been watching him doing it. So remember that and give yourself a break, and remember that coach teaching, there is a lot of great benefits. Plus, we can be in this industry a lot longer. So anyways, we were doing these programs for years at home, but you know what I was afraid of? I was afraid of sharing that with people, with clients, because what happens is, and I know this is what you're thinking you're already threatened by other fitness instructors and personal trainers in the industry. You're already threatened by other studios, especially if you open your own. You think, oh God, I'm competing with Joe Blow down the street. You're already threatened by the big box places, and don't, because you're in a niche and they're not. So then you think, now I'm threatened by this huge company who's doing all these home workout videos, and at the time they had no meal plans or shakes or nothing. They had some other, they had some gross bars that they started out with. But at the time, the workouts were great. So we had been doing them for years, and then you couldn't be a coach. You couldn't be a Beachbody coach in Canada until I think it was 2014. So I'd already thinking about it in the back of my mind, but I couldn't figure out. Sorry, I just got a call coming in here. Let's get rid of that. I couldn't figure out how to incorporate that into the business, because I'd done my own fitness DVDs and the meal plans and this, and so you think to yourself, okay, so if I'm going to join this other company, why do my people need me anymore? Why do they need to come to class? Why do they need me if I'm just going to hand them that? But I'll tell you something, and I'm just going to refer to some of my notes here because I have a feeling this could be like a 2-hour video. Here's the thing. I loved going to big box gyms when I worked in the corporate industry. I had certain fitness instructors that I loved going to. But even though they taught so many different classes and I tried different classes and I loved all their classes, what was I still doing? I was still looking for stuff at home. Okay, so here's the thing. If you can help your clients at home with additional programs to what they're doing with you, with your classes and your personal training, okay, they're going to go and buy it at a department store anyways. I mean, when I first started teaching here at our studio, it was just me teaching to 5 people. In a very short period of time, I built up a team of 12 instructors, and we now have 400 to 600 people that come through the studio, plus that we see off-site. People, even though they love coming here and they love all the trainers and they love all the classes, and doesn't matter how many different routines you do, I am queen of I can't do the same thing twice. Those of you that have been in my class know. There's no way I can do the same class twice. So for extra things, they'll be grocery shopping and they see a fitness DVD. They buy it. Okay, they're in the department store or the pharmacy or whatever, and I've done it too. I'll be, shopping in the pharmacy or the department store or the grocery store, and I'll see, to this day I still do it. I'll see, well, now that I'm in these programs more, actually, no, now that I'm coaching Beachbody, I don't pick up these DVDs anymore, but right before, I was still doing it. I would see them and I would just at random go, oh, that looks good, and buy it. Here's the thing. They're going to do it anyways. Your clients and your customers, you are still giving your best, but they will always look for more. Okay? So they will be buying, they may not tell you, but if you end up at their house, I had bet you there is a little stack of workout DVDs they've bought at home because they wanted extra, and either they were afraid to tell you or ask you or approach you or whatever. My people weren't afraid. They said, hey, you need to do DVDs, and then I did them. But then they want more, and it's never enough. And that's when I needed to add on this big team. So here's the thing. When they buy those DVDs or fitness programs from the stores at random, it's just the workout. It's one workout repeated over and over and over and over again. There's no coaching support. There's no meal plan, and there's no shakes that come with it. So they have no support. So what happens? They do it a couple times and then they toss it and it collects dust, and then, a year down the line, they buy another one. The difference is joining the Beachbody team was incredible because they've changed over the years. And when you buy a workout program, you actually get a meal plan and you actually get your nutrition shakes, which a lot of people are skipping breakfast or they're not eating right. And the concoction that they've come up with is pretty amazing. It's actually made by Harvard scientists. I joke that they locked a bunch of Harvard scientists in a room and said, come out when you have something good. Well, they did. And I have tested it with my clients with diabetes, irritable bowel syndrome, and fibromyalgia. Those are the three that stand out to me. Oh, yeah, diabetes, where it leveled off their sugars because of the ingredients in here, reduced joint pain, and also help people with digestive issues. And it's because of the ingredients. And I do have a video where I explained, all the ingredients. And so you might want to refer to that. But anyways, back to people buying, they're going to buy it anyways. Or Beachbody is actually, and I don't know if it's because I won top trainer in Canada and then the top Beachbody coach is actually, a Canadian one is actually here in Winnipeg. I don't know, but I'm kind of wondering that's why Carl Deichler, the CEO of Beachbody, he's actually running radio ads here in Winnipeg. And I'm wondering if it's because of that, the top in Canada, both of us are here in Winnipeg, which is kind of crazy when you think about it, but it shows you how good we are here and how much we have to offer. So you've probably heard it on the radio, the free 30 days or whatever. So people are going to hear that. Pregnancy and breastfeeding, yes, they are on it. I have tried it with my clients that were attempting to get pregnant and also the ones that are pregnant and breastfeeding. Yes, it has been safe for them and they passed it through their doctors. I tell everybody to do that individually, to take the ingredients list to their doctors, but they've all passed at this time. Hi, and so anyways, I would like to address those that come up. So I was afraid that I was going to lose people when I announced that I became a Beachbody coach. But what I've realized is now that I'm an international trainer and I have all these things, and now I've added this, here's the thing. I can now keep my connection with not only the people that are at the studio, but I have a separate group that works out at home. And the part of the Beachbody way is we have a group on Facebook. You have your own separate group, and everybody that has their home workout program that they're working on is in that group. So myself and my team of coaches and everybody who's doing the programs, it's one big kind of support center, and it's 24/7. So it has been a real eye-opening experience to be able to add those extra things for people. Plus they have a library of like over 40 different programs where to be quite honest with you, and I don't know if you'd be able to keep up, but I would have to make a DVD a week to keep up with all my clients. Great job, Charisse. Am I saying your name right, Charisse? I hope so. So it has been really, eye-opening in building the team. So Beachbody is really a community of people. We're not selling stuff. I do not like that. You are providing people with tools. It is no different than what we're already doing. We have been giving people tools in classes and training and at our studios for years, right, guys? We are giving them another freaking tool. Thanks, Cherise. To work with. And if you don't help them because of all the advertisements on the radio and stuff, they're going to go online, they're going to buy it themselves. If they get it through you, who you're going to start with me and become part of my team, then your clients get this through you and not off the radio. Because if they phone and they go in online off the radio, they get assigned a random coach. They're your client. They're your customer already. Why would you push them? Do you see where I'm going with this? You're afraid that people are going to take them away, but actually, if you don't provide this to them, they're going to find another way. Because to be quite honest with you, when Sheldon and I bought our first program, it was 2 o'clock in the morning. We saw an infomercial and Sheldon went and grabbed his credit card and bought P90X. Just like that. And we got, back then they didn't have the coaches that just got automatically assigned, but now they do. Hi, Amanda. So, I don't know how long this video is, but who cares? Let's just keep going, right? What did I want to talk about here? Okay, so adding in the extra revenue stream, it's so flippin' easy. It's just going to blow your mind. And if I forget to put it at the end, if you want more information about this or to get started to join my team, just send me an email, sandyknox@gmail.com, or just private message me. Hi, Amanda. Okay. So it's that simple. It's that simple. I will send you a link. Once you email me, I'll send you a link. You sign up as a coach. It's so quick and easy. The fee is waived if you buy a program, which is what I do, because I like to do the programs. It's my home workout. I love them. And there's yoga, Pilates, cardio, weights, dance. The possibilities are endless. So I bought it with a program. It waived my coach fee, and it's such a nominal fee monthly to get started. And really, you know, you start doing what you're doing. You're already, you know, sharing with your people. So then, you know, I just come into my classes and say, guys, you know, is anybody skipping breakfast? You need help with your meals? You know what I mean? You want to work out at home? And I've had a lot of my personal training clients, clients that have been in my classes now, because I've had a following for a decade now, and you know, they have just thanked me so much for, you know, thanks for having this extra thing where they can do a couple of classes a week. Sometimes with the schedule, even the veterans have been coming, you know, they're like, you know what, my kids, you know, they're playing soccer or whatever, and I can't get to class, and you know, I really need something at home. It's our responsibility to keep them going. And they shouldn't have to look somewhere else and be uncomfortable about they got to go and buy something at the pharmacy because they can't get to your class and they need a workout. Or they hear Carl Deichler's advertisement, the CEO of Beachbody, on the radio, and they go online and buy it. They get a random coach they don't even know. It's our responsibility to build that relationship. We have over the years. I feel it's my responsibility to my people, because I've always been about, I help people from the heart. Yes, as fitness instructors and trainers, we're not doing it for the money, are we? You teach because you love it, okay? But you also think business. You have to pay the bills. You want some financial freedom. And I'll tell you something. Starting with Beachbody this year has just changed our world revenue-wise. To have that revenue stream coming in addition to what we already have, and you don't have to shop for new people because your clients are already there and they're already asking you for more, and you should be providing them more. Okay, it's our job. Okay, quite frankly, it's our job. So how it works, it's you know what? I'm not even going to get into talking about like the specifics of how it works, but basically you send me an email, I send you a link, you get signed up as a coach, or I can ask questions privately about and give you information on how it works. Like, how do you get paid? How does this work? It is so easy. It really is that easy. And and you grow your team. So you become part of my team of coaches, and we all have our separate teams, but we work together. Beachbody is a huge team. You don't have to recreate the wheel or anything. Everything is done for you. It's absolutely amazing. It's like, oh, I need to do this. There it is. I mean, it's really, they've gone and they've done it all for you. Yep, not doing it for the money. Exactly, Amanda. I mean, and it's not, you don't become a fitness instructor for the money. You come because you're passionate about what you do and you want to help people. However, I have realized that teaming up with Beachbody, a huge team, a huge community, a huge company who is the largest out there for home workout programs, and to be able to help existing clients with that, it has proved to be, and everybody's going to have their own range of their earnings because it's what you put into it, right? But I can tell you that we have a plan. Sheldon and I have a plan for financial freedom. We have a plan for time freedom. I know what your day is like as a trainer. I'll tell you what mine is like. Get up early, work out, get my food ready, come to the studio, train personal training clients for a few hours every hour on the hour. Then I go home and then I do emails and touch base with my online group. And then I'll probably go and see my horse if I have time. I come back, I might have a nap, and then I teach again 3-4 hours in the evening classes and personal training clients. And it's day in, day out. And you have to think to yourself, how many years are you going to be able to do that, right? Or how many years do you want to do that? And sometimes you're just tired even though you're so passionate. And that is the thing here, is I want everyone to find their financial freedom, and I want you to find your time freedom too. I don't want you to be texting at home and trying to do things and organize things when you should be having your family time, right? Okay, so the other thing is, yeah, you'll grow on my team, you'll start your own team. And the other thing is, it's not about competition. And this industry, when you first start out, you think, oh, I'm not going to share my secrets. I don't want to tell anybody anything because then they're going to do it. And then somebody's going to go there. And you just kind of get a little bit paranoid. And to be quite honest with you, I had those moments at the beginning. I don't now, but I did. And you just think, oh, somebody's going to steal my people or this and that. No. This community is about helping people, and we do it as a team. That's what's so important. But I will do maybe a separate video, or depending on how many people send me private messages, where I can talk about the revenue and the commissions and how it works and how your direct deposit would work and how you would build a team and how this would benefit you. The other thing is, because you're trying to be everything to everyone, there's only a matter of time before that burnout's going to happen. And I just figure if you can have another tool in your toolbox, it just makes sense, right? So what has happened for me, I'll just share my experience, is this year I became a Beachbody coach, and my husband Sheldon became a Beachbody coach, and we became part of a huge team, and then we started growing our own team of coaches, and we can just help so many people. Our existing clients, like I said, they want to have additional workouts at home, or their schedule's busy, or they've had a baby and they can't get to your classes or your studio. You're providing them an extra option, or an additional option to what they're already doing with you. And I think, again, it's our job. They should not have to be getting a strange coach online, and they shouldn't have to be going to the store and buying, DVDs off the shelf with no support, because we know that people just collects dust. With the Beachbody, they get their program, they get their meal plan, they get their daily shakes, they get it all in one, and they get it from you, and you keep that relationship going. You keep coaching them through. You get to do your programs. You get to have a huge discount, and it's just a win-win. So it has been really, in addition to everything else that I have been doing with the business and having a team here at Body Balance. Adding Beachbody has been huge, and I hope this video has helped you guys. Those of you that are some of my new coaches that are on my team, that are on board, hey, and I can't wait to just help as many people. And the other thing is, it's all across Canada and the US. So there is a lot of people out there that need help, guys. That's our mission. That's my mission. And I'm so happy to be doing it with the team, guys. And if you want to join me, send me an email, sandyknox@gmail.com. I'll give you some more information. You can be part of my team and we can do this together. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. Bye for now.